purpose of our life is just to have wealth, to have money, just to have wealth. That, you see, that alone is not the purpose of our living. Life is not just surviving for the world. The purpose of our sustaining the life, or the living the life, not to be servant of material. Oneself becomes servant to taking care of materials. For money. Not that. That's total opposite of the meaning of life. This precious image Buddha is not just for that, to taking care of material, or the servant of wealth. The purpose of our life is also not power, not just to achieve power. Why? For example, without good heart, thought of benefiting others in one's own mental continuum, or in one's own heart. Without that, then how much wealth one achieve? You can never get satisfaction from that. You can never get satisfaction. You can never achieve peace and happiness in your heart. Can never achieve fulfillment in your life. More the wealth you achieve, more your life becomes more miserable. Without a good heart or benefit others, then more it increases. More, there's after 1,000, then it's the tens of thousands, 100,000, then up, then millions, then billions, zillions, trillions, then trillions, then many trillions. Anyway, zillion. Did you say zillion? Maybe I left out zillion. Zillion, trillion, or trillion, zillions. Anyway, so more one achieves. You see, more misery. Your inner life become you see more misery and this see dissatisfaction, suffering, increases. More worry, more fear, more unhappiness. Definitely more unhappiness. Definitely more unhappiness, more dissatisfaction. It increases in your heart or your inner life. So, say, become more miserable your inner life. Even though the external looks very rich and everything or the best in the world, but your inner life is empty and it's always crying for peace and happiness. Is he unable to achieve that? So like this. So no matter how much power one achieves in this world, without the good heart to benefit others, then power is become very dangerous, because power without a good heart benefit others, then power is used by self-cherishing thought in a selfish mind. Then power is used the wrong way, and then harming oneself, harming to the world, to other sentient beings. And then, like the recent stories, like the recent, world news, like that. You see, like that is as it happened historically in this world so many times. One person had influence, power, but missed out the education of good heart, education of mind, education of good heart is missed out. The practice of good heart is missed out. The experience of good heart is missed out. So lack of that, the influence, the power one has achieved in this world, used, say, instead of, if there is, in that person's heart, if there is, if there is a good heart, if there is a good heart thought of benefiting others, that person could have brought unbelievable peace, happiness to millions of people, and this whole world, not only in one's own country. You see, so much fulfillment, so much satisfaction in some heart one could be achieved, but lack of the good heart benefit others. So therefore, no matter how much influence, power is achieved, so it ended up. So the harm, killed is used the wrong way, because it's used by self-cherishing thought, to achieve power, to achieve happiness for oneself. So therefore, then that involves according politics of self-cherishing thought, according to the methods of self-cherishing thought, according to politics of self-cherishing thought, coming from self-cherishing thought, then you see what's all harm to the world, to other sentient beings. Then you see, trying to achieve your happiness by harming others, by killing many millions of people, torturing, so that we're trying to achieve happiness for oneself. by having so many human beings, without counting the animals. Like that, animals are not counted. No, how many they get killed by bombs and so forth. In the water, in the ocean, in the ground, they're not counted. Only human beings are counted. So human beings, small numbers, easy to count. Human beings are small number, very small numbers, easy to count. The insects, animals, they're numberless. You see, also cannot count. So anyway, so therefore, all this alone is not, you see, achievement of all this, not meaning of the human as a purpose. It's not purpose of human life. Just you see, just having this achievement alone. So then, even no matter how much reputation one has achieved in this world, no matter how much fame is one achieved this world, that alone is not the purpose of human life. Why? Doesn't actually fulfill the purpose having this precious human body. It's not just for that. That among the many famous singers, actors, many famous singers, there are many people who commit suicide. Who kill, there are many people among those who become very famous in the world. There are many people who suicidals, who commit suicide, kill oneself. So that shows. That shows, you see, that shows life has not been happy. There should be more and more happiness. Supposed to be more and more happiness, peace increased in one's own inner life or in the heart, as one become more and more famous. But you see, not happening that. And even though it's meant to go for that, but actually it's not happening. So because of why it is happening, why it's many suicidal happening, because dissatisfaction, because so much dissatisfaction, unhappy life. Yeah. So as I mentioned time to time that Alpes Pizzly, see, Alpes Pizzly. Oh, not Alpes Pizzly. Sorry, not Alpes Pizzly. Rock and roll. The name is difficult to. Rolling Stones. The name is difficult. The name is difficult to come in my mind. Difficult to come in. Or rocking stone or rolling. Rolling Stone. Oh, Rolling Stone. The name sounds very interesting. Rolling Stone. Is a rolling stone up on the mountain. Not rolling stone down, but rolling stone up on the mountain. Rolling stone. I'm joking. I'm just joking. Say the Rolling Stone. So as they made song like that, you see, that like that, with a big guitar, you know this guitar, with a big guitar, you see, with a huge guitar, you know. So what is it? I can't get satisfaction. So with the with a huge guitar, you see, I can't get satisfaction. I think it's a great teaching. I think it's definitely expressing their feelings, their life, their feelings into the song. They made a song, their life experience. They made their life experience into song. It's expressed to the world, you know, expressed to the world. You see, in the experience of their life, what they are feeling inside, in the heart, you know, expressed in the song. So, like that. So, that's then at the end, what I heard is committed suicide. The main person, killed. The main person was killed by him. You know, killed by oneself. Is right? Something like that I heard. Huh? The main person. Something like that I heard, but I'm not sure. Huh? Huh? Oh, it's not a group. Not this one. No, I've seen the image of the person. I've seen in the TV this you know, I think the one who did this, you know. I think, you know, I say, that's what I say. I don't get satisfaction. Oh yeah. I'm not sure. Yeah. Yeah. One of the leaders were that one. So that was not one. Maybe not the one who you know committed suicide once. Obviously. At the end, so so that's the lack of meditation practice. That's a lack of meditation practice, lack of dharma practice. You see, lack of meditation practice, lack of dharma practice. There's no food for the mind. They didn't have food for the mind. You know, so medicine for the mind, food for the mind. They say due to that. So however, so therefore did not achieve. You see, So they you know, sadness in the heart, misery inside. The inner life, you see, suffering, so empty. Inner life, so empty. The heart, so empty. You know, could not get satisfaction. See, fulfillment in the heart. So lack of this. See, the lack of developing the qualities of the mind, see, inner qualities, see, these things, and say, and the very kind of ending very sad life, that and. I saw the Elvis Presley, the last song, I think, maybe it was the last song I saw on the TV. So there, he was crying there while he was singing song. I think he expressing his, I think he's expressing his, sad mind. Or I think there might be some premonition that is going to die soon. I think. So tears coming. What I was singing, something sad, and then I'm sure that the audience there's some crying, but I'm sure they might be crying normally. I think probably in the audience. Also, other times they might be crying too. I think, but the singer himself was crying. That. So just achieving, no matter how much firmness one achieves in this world, that alone is not, doesn't fulfill that's not meaning of, just that is not meaning of human life. You see, we're born as human beings this time, why we have this precious human body, just for that. Then even even see even having education, you see, even Dharma education, even studying Buddhism, leave aside, education, leave aside other educations, leave aside the other common educations, that is taught in school or, universities, college. But even education, Buddhism, even including that, you see, merely just to have the education, like library in your mind, in your library in your brain, having library in your brain. So the anyway, just mere education itself, even as Buddhism, that alone doesn't fulfill the purpose of life. Of living, where we have this precious human body. If there's no good heart, benefiting others, then all those education, even the education of Buddhism, the extensive understand of the extensive philosophy, Sutra, Tantra, all that, you see. And then you see, it is used. Say, it is say, all this become equipment for self-cherishing thought. All these become tools for self-cherishing thought, to feed the self-cherishing thought. Or the you see, to develop pride, in arrogance, pride. You see, or the so you just use lack of, you see, good heart benefiting others. So you see, and then you use even the education in Buddhism. You use to develop delusions. So that's what happens. The danger, used as tool, used as food for delusion, used as a food for delusions. Pride, all that. Comparative pride and so like that. And so therefore it limits the benefit to sentient beings. And then also there's a danger. You see, without a good heart benefiting others, there's danger. Not just in general education, even the education in Buddhism, using say to say. I've forgotten now. I think something, but suddenly forgot. Yeah. Anyway, then you see then it becomes a problem. You're using your education to create problems. You're using your education, even understanding Buddhism, to create problems in your life. So that's what happens. So that's what happens in, you see, if it becomes tool for delusions, food for delusion. See, like that. To develop pride is reducing pride, even though every single words of the Buddha, the teaching, the words of the Buddha's teaching is to destroy the pride. All the three Tripitaka teachings, all the three basket teachings, yeah. Or the Abhidharma, the scriptures, and the Vinaya scriptures, Sutantra scriptures, all these teachings, Buddha teachings, which embodies in three basket teachings, Sutta Tantra, which embodies in. However, all the 84,000 teachings, every single, whole entire teaching is to tame the mind, to destroy the pride. So to destroy the enemy, your enemy, delusion. That from where all the suffering comes, from where you get all the sufferings, all the problems. So to destroy that originator of the suffering, the delusion. And what's on enemy, the delusion. So that. So. So still, you see, even one has whole entire understanding of the Buddhist teaching, Sutra, Tantra, all those the Kanjuru say about handlebar, so Kanjuru show the Buddhist direct teachings about sure maybe about 100 volumes. Thank you. Maybe 300. I'm not sure. Don't remember exact number, or 200. Anyway, all those commentaries by those great Indian pandits, and those ancient yogis. However, and then all the commentaries by the such as Lama Tsongkhapa, so forth, from the four traditions, those great enlightened beings. So even one knows all those by heart, you can explain, but if but lack of but one's own heart is empty of the thought of benefiting others. The good heart is the precious quality of the human mind, the thought of benefiting others. If this is not there, then you see life becomes empty. You have all this education, understanding, like library. You see, I see everything in all these words, by heart, and but you see, but you see, life, lack of this, then life become meaningless. And no practice, no Dharma practice. There's there's all these unimaginable, all the intellectual understandings there, but no practice. So no Dharma practice. So totally, then see the heart stays same. If it's not worse, stays same. Totally empty. The heart is totally empty. Stays same. Stays heart. If it's not worse, see same. That same that say, like same like you knew nothing about Buddhism. You knew nothing. I say, not even say. I say one word. I say, not even 1 point of the path. Like you see, exactly as a state of mind, the state of mind is your heart same, like never, no knowledge, no idea at all. Even the intellectual, even the intellectual understanding. So it didn't make any differences by having all that extensive knowledge, and but there's no practice. So it didn't make any. The mind is still even the words is still same as before. So many years ago, that you see, still same. See that nothing, no change, nothing. See, nothing. There's no slightest change, nothing improved. So that you see, without the practice, you see, that. So therefore now. So same. You see, same. So there's no peace and happiness. No, didn't achieve satisfaction. You see, in the heart is still same. You know, like that. Lack of practice. You know that. And then somebody who, and then the beggar or somebody who knows nothing, who has no intellectual, the understanding Buddhist teachings, the philosophies, who has no intellect at all. Only what the person knows is just nothing else. What the person knows is but nothing else. But this person has a good heart in thought of benefiting others. You see, practices contentment. You see. So, what the person knows is only nothing else. So this beggar who just only chant day and night, no intellect, nothing. See. But in the person's heart, there's so much peace and happiness, satisfaction, that, and there's love, there's a loving kindness, warm heart to others, and that to say, the heart is not empty. The person's inner life is not empty. It's filled with the peace and happiness, inner joy, that. So, however, so with the good heart benefiting others, thought of benefiting others, and then with that, then there's a world outside. Then every single world becomes so beneficial, along with a good heart, you see there's wealth outside, then that makes all the wealth beneficial to other sentient beings. Makes it useful to other sentient beings, and then then you see every single power that you have, with a good heart, to benefit others. Then how much power you have, then you make all the power that you have. Every single power you have is influence. You have power. You make only beneficial, useful for others and beings, to achieve happiness, to cause happiness to others and beings. And this is a good heart to benefit others. Then any education you have, not only Buddhism, any other education you have, always you use to benefit for others and beings, to cause happiness to others and beings, like that. You see, to not create problems, you see, others want to use for to bring happiness to others. So you see, every education you have, understanding, you use to benefit others and then make it useful, useful to others. So that, and then then also how much with this good heart to benefit others, how much reputation, famous you become, how much you become famous in this world. It's your fame, your reputation, and then you see become only beneficial for others and beings. You see, to bring happiness, to bring happiness to the sentient beings. You see, like the feminist Buddha, like the Milarepas, like the reputation of Milarepa. So that you see brings that courage brings you see that feminist gives courage. People who think I'm hopeless, my life is meaning. Then by reading Milarepa's life story, by hearing, knowing, it gives courage. You see, strength, courage. You see, to strong. Strength. See, strong mind. Courage, determination, like Milarepa. See, like that. Determination to practice, determination towards enlightenment, determination towards benefit, determination is to realization of the path in order to benefit for the sentient beings who are numberless, to be hardships, to determination, strong determination to be hardships for practice in order to liberate the numberless sentient beings from the oceans of samsara sufferings and bring them in full enlightenment. So that so like those the saints, great bodhisattvas. Like Buddha compassion, generosity, Hisonata Lama. So like that, see, so only to become the feminists only become to bring more and more, to bring peace and happiness, cause happiness to sentient beings. You see, like that. So, so I want to bring up this issue that so we started the tradition in here in this organization, how to do retreat, how to do the sessions. Say, we start this. I think, yeah. Of course, some things from Kapan, from many eons ago, from Kapan, early times. But I say, some years ago, we started, by doing Pachasavar retreat and Mitupa retreat and the Mitupa, and the medicine Buddha retreat. Anyway, so there has been, Mitupa retreat, there's another one done. I think the first one, Spain or selling. That's recent second one. Second time is Milarepa Center in America. At LMB Pachasavar retreat, first group Pachasavar retreat, and then I think it was 3 months, and then medicine Buddha retreat also was done. So, Pachasavar 3 months. Do you remember? 3 months. LMB. 3 months. That's so every time when we begin a session, begin with this prostration to prostration by reciting prostration to Guru Dhamma Sangha by reciting the prayer confessing the downfall, the 35 Buddha's name, 35 Buddha, not necessarily to, 35 Buddha and many Buddha, but when you do many, so when you do, when you recite over and over many, doing prostration, with one prostration, repeat the name many times. You see that one name repeat many times. So at the beginning, one to the medicine Buddha's, including medicine Buddha's name, 7 medicine Buddha's name. But afterwards, then just can you just 35 Buddha? You see that. Like in the mornings, you see, during prostration, see, like repeat many times as one can while during one prostration that Buddha's name. Then after one has put one's forehead on the floor, then change the next name. and then repeat over during that one prostration. So like that, by doing 3 times, you finish the last name, then you come back, start from refuge, so that when you do 3 times, it becomes 100, about 15 or 16 prostrations, without need to count the prostration, just from that, but doing prayer like that, it becomes, 100 or 15 or 16 prostrations, really, including the refuge, you see. So in case that is done in the morning, so the other sessions, then just straight, without repeating over and over, just one can do. But whichever way one does, so other sessions, one. Of course, if it's a preliminary, if it's a retreat for preliminary practice, then of course that's different. But if it's another session, say deities retreat or something else, say Lamrim or say, however, it is not fixed, but the main idea is to begin the session with the prostration by reciting Tarifa Buddha, like that. So can recite the name straight, without repeating over, So whatever prostration, without counting prostration, just to recite the name straight, you see, like that. And then. So the so every session begin with this prostration, say, by reciting Tarifa Buddha's name. So you see, main point. You see why why difficult? Why even intellectually you studied teachings on emptiness, explained by Nagarjuna, explained by Buddha, Nagarjuna, Lama Tsongkhapa, so forth, on those great Pandits and even one has studied all those, you see, reasonings, various reasonings, all these extensive, debating subject or the philosophy. Even in that way, even one has studied, you see, all those texts. But when you meditate, but can't meditate on them. But when you meditate, can't. The experience doesn't come, even though you have all the intellect. The experience is not happening. You see, but you see, unable to see empty, unable to see emptiness. Becomes so difficult when you actually meditate. So you see, all these walls, all these wrong concept in the walls, all these hallucination, very, very, say, solid, these hallucinations. That, as I mentioned in the last few days, that all these hallucinations become so solid, so hard, so solid, you see, and cannot see the reality, cannot see the truth, cannot see the emptiness. So that's it. So that is because of the obscuration, negative karma obscuration. That, you see, that's because of obscuration, negative karma. Why when you meditate, why one cannot see the emptiness, unable to experience, because of all these very solid, heavy hallucinations, you see, wrong concepts. So, so that is, you see, that is because of heavy the defilements, the karma. So see. So without strong without continual purification in everyday life, strong purification with the remedy for powers, strong practice of purification, continual, you see, so cannot just want to understand, just mere understand, just understanding of the mere words cannot have experience. Similar, even one knows, even one knows very well the scripture say, the teachings, one knows by heart the scripture, see how to develop bodhicitta, that is explain the text. Even though one can explain well intellectually, but you don't feel it. But the heart is not. But the heart is something else. That you see. So everyone is talking loving kindness, compassion, but how to develop? But your heart doesn't feel that. So all this due to defilements. There are all these negative karma obscurations, see, blocked. So again, here shows need purification. And also similar. Even one read the teachings on the impermanence and death. Even one hear the teachings, even one read the text. I'm talking about that. Even one hear the teachings, but do not feel in the heart, as the teaching says, is that as the Lama explains, or the text, as you read, as the text says. Again, here you don't feel that. And, however, there's a gap. What the text says and what your heart, what your heart and what the text says. There's a gap. There's a gap. There's no connection. You don't feel that in the heart. There's a gap between. You see, like that. Whether it's talking about bodhicitta, whether it's talking about emptiness, whether it's talking about guru yoga practice, guru devotion, or whether it's talking about renunciation. So. You see, no connection, disconnected. You see, there's a gap between much more heart and the subject. What it, you see, the text says. So all these, unable to feel, no connection, or say. Instead of feeling one, what the text says in your heart is into that, So you see, like whatever one teachings, one listens or read, you see, your heart is into that. There's no gap between. There's no space. There's no gap. Between separation. So, so not like that. So not like that. So that. All this due to blocked by why this experience not happening, realization not happening, and blocked by so therefore no change happening to the mind, no change happening to the mind. Even though one has met Buddha Dharma so many years ago. One heard those teachings, nothing new. One heard many years ago, but still there's disconnected with our heart. Say, instead you see, your heart is into that, in that experience, or at least feeling that, you see. There's some harmonies, you see. At least feeling that not happening. So notice blocked by the karmic, obscuration, need karma. So all these, all this blocked by the defilement is negative karma, the obscuration, karma obscuration. So as it is mentioned in the, I don't remember the whole quotation in Mahamudra. To be able to see the nature of to be able to see, even to see the nature of the mind. I think the whole was, but depends on the purification. Receiving blessing to Guru in the heart and purifying the defilements. And it karma. So, however, when the defilements need karma. When the defilement need karma is not purified, then we are sentient being. If there's negative karma, If there's defilement in the karma, sentient being. But when the karma defilement is purified, we're Buddha. You see? So it's differences about that. If there's defilements on this mental continuum, sentient being. And when they're gone, you see, then you're Buddha. Yeah. Your mind is omniscient mind, you're Buddha. So question Buddha, or your question whether you are enlightened or not is the question of defilements. Whether you have defilements or not. So therefore, even though the meditation is a deity or say, of course it's important, but without purification, then without intensive, powerful, continual purification, purify the mind, then it doesn't come easily. The experience doesn't come. So how long you meditate, as I mentioned before, even intellectually, whole entire text, but the experience doesn't come. So like that. So anyway, so we started this state tradition that when we do retreat, to begin with the session, to begin with the prostration by for Buddha, was so its name is so powerful, like atomic bomb. Like atomic bomb to not atomic bomb on your enemy. Atomic bomb to your mind. To the defilements, the negative karma to destroy. I see. I think that's by using example atomic bomb. That's the best way. That's the clearest way to explain how powerful it is. I think that anyway. Its name, its name. So many eons negative karma. Not just so many negative karma get purified. You see. So, as I'm anyway, since I'm talking this, I already mentioned a few nights ago that and that one is karma. I mentioned about the killing and the karma of sex misconduct. So if I mentioned on the basis of those negative karmas. So by by having engaged or committed to one negative karma, one completely negative karma, either killing or such misconduct, whatever it is. I mentioned that it has four suffering result, ripeness by result, rebirth into lower realm, and three other sufferings possess the result. Three other suffering they possess the result, and their experiencing result similar to cause, and creating a result similar to cause. Those three sufferings are from that negative karma, from that one negative karma, and one experience in the human realm. Later, when due to another good karma, you get born a human being, then you experience those three sufferings in the human realm. So, then one of them is creating a result similar to the cause in next life. In that life, again, you commit the same karma. You see, engage again in that. Because of the imprint from past, life, that one negative karma, you see, imprint left on the mental continuum, that negative imprint left meant on the mental continuum like planting seed. So due to that, because the habituation past negative karma, then again, next life, when one is born a human being, you do the same thing again, same mistake again. Then that you see, creating so that complete negative karma has again four suffering results, creating results in the cause. You see that in another life, then again you do the same, engage the same negative karma. So that, then again that produces the four suffering results. So goes on and on. So that endless suffering goes on and on in future lives. That endless suffering, which came from this one negative karma, came from this one negative karma that is done. Whatever it is, killing or sin conduct, or whatever it is. So, so it become endless. The suffering result become endless until you purify. Say. Until one purify that negative karma. If you do nothing with that negative karma, that one negative karma. I'm talking about that just one negative karma. If nothing is done, and no change is done to that. No purification is done to that. No purification done. Not actualize the path. That one can overcome the designated experience you see, all those result sufferings by expressing the limited path, with one's mental continuum. So when nothing is say, so if no purification, then nothing done to that karma. So this word, and and on top of that, and then you see living the precept, living the vow, abstaining from that need karma, and that's not done, not practiced, which help, which one thing is past need karma, other one is stop doing again, stop engaging again. See, yeah, repeat the same, creating the same need karma. So, then there's no, that means there's no protection in the life. In your life, there's no protection. You see, from need karma, you see, protection from the cause of the suffering, and no protection from the result of suffering, because you see, you also engage in the cause, create the cause. So no protection from that danger, that means no protection from the result sufferings, the problems that one experiences from life to life. So now here, so what I'm saying is that among these 35 Buddhas, each one dedicated when they were Bodhisattva, 35 Buddhas before they achieved enlightenment, when they were Bodhisattva, they dedicated. You see, one dedicated to purify this particular karma of sentiments, like killing. Then one Bodhisattva, you see, dedicated, you see, to benefit for something being particular to purify the karma of certain conduct. Also, then one did particular. One did a particular dedication to benefit of something, particularly to purify the karma of stealing. So that so many various negative karmas that we committed that we commit in everyday life, in this life, even the karmas not done in this life but done in the past lives. Some of those karmas not done in this life but have done committed in the past lives. So, however, so by reciting one Buddha's, you see, name, for example, the Buddha whose name by reciting it, that purifies the karma of the sexual conduct. So here the point is why I was bringing up this issue. Why I'm bringing up this issue is this. So by reciting that particular Buddha's name once, just one time, not only purify this one karma, you see, which results you experience endlessly, without end. Again, you see. So, you see, so that reciting that Buddha's name once, see, not only purify this one negative karma, that which results is experienced again, without end, you see. Not all that, but like that negative karma, how many times you have done one day or this life, or 1 week, month, year, and this life, since from birth, how many times that negative karma is done, repeated, so get purified. And then, not only that, it purifies, not only that, this name reciting one time, that particular Buddha's name, it purifies past life, that same negative karma, whether it's killing or whatever, that done in the past lives, so get purified. So it's not just past 100. It's not just past. It's not just, you see. It's not just purified past 100 lifetime. Negative karma of sexual conduct. It's not. Not only that. Not only that. But it purifies not only that. It purifies. You see, not just see one, not just 100, not just past life. 100,000 lifetime. The negative karma of sexual conduct purified. Not just on that. So, many eons. Like 5 or 6, 7 many eons of they are different in the measure. So many eons of many eons, maybe the English one, I think. Maybe I want to say American one. I don't know which one. Aeons. Huh? Joking. I'm joking. The aeon. The aeon. Or maybe the Spanish one. Anyway, aeons of. I'm not sure in Spanish. Many eons of negative karma, for example, the embarrassing that Buddhist one time, many eons of the like for example, sexual conduct or killing. So anyway, if this the Buddhist to purify negative karma, many eons of that negative karma that's done repeatedly. So by one to recite one time, so many eons of that negative karma get purified. You see. Now, here the point is, if you're just able to purify just one, if you're able to purify just that one, amongst even in this life, you see, so many times done the same thing, same negative karma, you see, committed, from many. That is done this life, but it's one. If you can make less, if you can purify just one, that which results, the suffering result goes on without end. You see, if you can purify just one, that's incredible joy. That's that one negative karma is able to purify. You don't have to experience all that suffering result, that which goes on life to life, endless. It's incredible. It's incredible joy, There's one becomes less. People one negative karma, you don't have to experience all these suffering results which come from that, from life to life, endless. You don't have to. So absence of all that suffering that goes, absence of all that suffering goes to life to life. Without end. That's happiness. That's incredible. Incredible happiness, incredible success, achievement. You see. So can you imagine that? I use this example that if a doctor or somebody, healer or somebody cured your cancer, it's not curing cancer. It's not making impossible to experience cancer from now on, in all future lifetimes. It's not that. But this life, cancer, you see, somebody healed. I mean, how that you would think that the person gave me life. You would think, you see, that this doctor, this healer, this person give me life. You see, then how so appreciate, unbelievable appreciate, so precious, the life that you, that you see, the extra life that you can have, extra life that you can have, you see, so precious gift. So you see, but you see here, you see, that is only even healed, healed this time. And also, if the karma is not purified, it come back again. So even this life, and so this is not purifying. This doesn't mean you don't ever experience cancer in the future lives. It doesn't mean that. So, but by reciting Tatipa Buddha's name, just one, is that name that which purifies, particularly the need karmas, like that. You see, able to purify just one, purify just that one karma. Among so many, that one able make less, able to purify, and which means, you see, all that false suffering result that one will have to experience, again and again without end. That's so you don't have to experience. You are totally free. That's incredible. That's it. You see. So you see. Here, if we think like that, then we can see why this Buddha has all that power to purify, so much power to purify. Not only this one that karma make impossible to experience, but to purify. But so many eons need karma, they can purify. Same need karma can be purified. There's so much power, and able to benefit for others and being able to benefit for us and being. So that power is achieved. That power is achieved. You see, quality power is achieved. What caused the Buddha to achieve that quality, that power to benefit us? Able to benefit us, able to say, benefit so much, so deep, so much to us. It's a pursuit by compassion, which was generated even before Bodhisattva, which was generated even before the Bodhisattva. The great compassion to us and things, pursued by that. So, you see, So this helps. So this helps to rise devotion to the Buddha, to that Buddha, to rise devotion, say, refuge, rely upon the Buddha and devotion, say, how, say, kind in that Buddhism, as first develop compassion for you and all sentient beings, and then achieve all this quality, all the power to benefit us. So easy to purify, so easy to purify all our evil deeds and karmas. So made so easy, made so easy to liberate. See, us to be free from the sufferings of samsara, from the defilement of karma. By discovering Buddha's compassion, that was generated during Buddha's time, that was generated even before the bodhicitta for sentient beings. So it becomes great. It becomes very inspiring for us. And also, all the benefits of 35 Buddha is, all these incredible benefits, the power to purify our karma, makes so easy to achieve realization and to achieve enlightenment. So here, also becomes guru. Also, it becomes guru yoga practice. Also becomes guru yoga practice. Guru devotion practice. As the Lama Chopa says, the primordial savior, in Tibetan, Sungju Tangpo Gumpo, the unified, the primordial savior. So that is the absolute guru. Sunju Tangpo Gumpo Swandi, in the Lama Chopa Guru Puja, the section requesting gurus by expressing the qualities of the Guru. The less difficult part, the Mahayana part, you see, we revealed Mahayana part, the qualities of the Mahayana virtues, and then the Vajrayana, so revealed Tantra part, you see, qualities of that, all that. So the and the kindness of the virtual friends there, you see. Then then at the end there talks about the primordial, so the absolute Guru, the unified, the primordial, the Savior. That so, that which Dhammakaya, that which manifest the numberless Buddhas, peaceful, wrathful, controlling, so the increasing various aspects and doing various activities for sentient beings, fulfilling their wishes of happiness, temporary, ultimate, then bring it to enlightenment. So manifest various the deities and the sutra side, the Buddhas, however they, the fortunate, 1,000 Buddhas are fortunately on the, Tattva Buddha, you see, Medicine Buddha, all this, you see, 1,000 Buddha, fortunately, all that. So, how you manifest in all these different aspects of Buddha and mandalas, manifest mandalas which state, however, manifest out like this infinite, and then all these numberless deities, Buddhas, all this embodied in all come to one. The ultimate Guru, the absolute Guru. Now, this Dhammakaya, which manifests in Vajradhara, Tantra aspect, or guide us sentient beings, guide us sentient beings through, say, by manifesting or through, ordinary aspect. As we do not have, pure mind to see pure aspect, aspect of Buddha. As we do not have that pure mind to see only in the pure aspect of Buddha. As our mind, at the present, as our mind is obscured, only impure karma, impure mind, then as a mistaken mind, so exactly exactly according to that, then manifests into mistaken say ordinary form. See, manifested as a manifested say form that which say ordinary form, which definition is ordinary aspect, which definition is having mistakes, showing mistakes. Having delusions, the having say, suffering aggregates, the and mistakes and action. So, so through this ordinary aspect, then you see, say, guide us by revealing various methods, and guide us to from happiness to enlightenment. So that, so therefore now you see that say, all these benefits, the Tattva Buddha, they receive existing the Tattva Buddha for us sentient beings to purify the ground, and all these benefits that we get from each Buddha. So you see, so without the Guru, there's no Tattva Buddha. So therefore, without the Guru, there's no Tattva Buddha. So here you see, all this becomes benefit that we receive, all the power that it has in benefit in this incredible scarce merit we can collect by ground prostration and by reciting all the incredible, all these need karmas, so many years need karma get purified. So that is so here one can see here one can see this way actions of Guru. You see, what it is the Guru, and in this aspect, you see, and all these actions, say, this each time by process, scarce merit will collect, and cause of enlightenment, liberation from samsara, happiness, which is life, like that. All that, say, so many even they can't get purified by the name. You see, actions of Guru. So here, one can see, it say, thinking this way, it becomes real practice. That. Real practice. And you see, real practice, and then say, also become meditation kind of, how the guru guide, also the kindness of guru, also meditation, see that. So the here, so I think the idea. This was the way the drawing that is done here. This was just my Mickey Mouse idea. So how many years ago, Peter? Huh? How many years ago since you read the Tanka? Huh? Since you met the Tanka 25 years ago? 25? 25? Huh? 25? Huh? 25 years? Really? Wow. Couldn't believe it. Huh? What? I think you're trying to heal me. Trying to feel better. Anyway. I asked Peter to make a large Tanka of Tattva Buddha. The original one is at Kapan monastery. So I think recent years, I think Kapan had. So I think the Nepalese, the man who has the largest Tanka shop in Kathmandu, Surrender, whose beers, whose masters like this. So anyway, he, I think, used that to make many of these, the original is much bigger. So he made many like this, which is extremely beneficial. That he picked up this idea from Peter's Tanka, and that he made many of these, and so that people have chance to buy and to at home or center, everybody can prostrate. So it's very easy. You don't have to worry about not having clear visualization. You see, so just prostrate. No visualization coming. You see, just space, no visualization coming. So it doesn't have to worry about. So the idea is that you see, the reason why generation. So you see, the idea is this. Guru Shakya, we say Guru Shakyamuni Buddha. Guru Shakyamuni Buddha. There's one Lama, I think the Mokcho Rinpoche or some, in a previous one of the, I think one of the Lama, because he's a realization that, you see, as I explained, that because he has realized this, any Buddha is you see, he realized that, Guru, you see, manifestation of the Guru, he has this realization. Every Guru is, each Guru is all the Buddha, and each Buddha, each guru is all the Buddha, and each Buddha is all the guru. See, with this Lama had the realization. So he called Guru Tara. He called every deity Guru. So anyway, Guru Shakyamuni Buddha. That is the same commentary that I explained before. In the name Guru Shakyamuni Buddha. So the idea is to understand from compassion. See, from compassion. Generally, at the heart is to sympathize the Guru's compassion. See, then manifest out the type of Buddha out of compassion to us and then to understand this. See, to compassion to oneself. So manifest out the type of Buddha. So to purify all those different karmas collected, from beginning to birth. So and there one three phases Gunrik. I think maybe Charatandra, maybe Charatandra deity. Very powerful as it's called deity, king of the deity, purifying the lower realms. So if somebody is already born in the hell, hunger, animal realm, then to liberate it. So that one time one devas was born in the lower realm, and then they could see. They cannot see higher, but had limb, but they could see the lower realms. So the King Indra asked Buddha, what can be done? The king of Devas realms, King Indra, asked Buddha what can be done. So Buddha manifested. Buddha says the method, they manifested into the deity, and then gave the practice called Jangwa purification. So all that the deities practice. So the who are already born, then to liberate, to save. The king of the deity purifying Lord realms. And then the other one is the Bhajasapa. Is that Bhajasapa? Huh? Other one above? Huh? And this one Namjalma. This one is Namjalma. Then top. That one is not Peter's mistake, it's my mistake. It's supposed to be actually blue, but I told him white. So it's a Mitupa, blue one, but I made a mistake. So it's not his mistake. It's my ignorance. So white Mitupa. Maybe it's white Mitupa for the West. Anyway. So these are the offering goddesses, and the Tanga was made dharmasal, right? Some part, most part of dharmasal. Then such as to bring prisoners and to bless the Tanga. So prisoners blessed, right? As soon as blessed, the large Tanga kappa. So I think normally, So it makes it very easy to say, but that's supposed to help for meditation like that to understand the way it's done. Okay, so I think that's it. So maybe I do the Namjalma, the all transmission mantra, get nice. I was waiting to finish the section of karma, then do this. But I think that it's not every night is not happening, so I think that's not going through. The karma is not going through. So anyway, I do Namjalma today. So I'm talking about. Okay. I think for the benefit of all sentient beings, I must achieve enlightenment. Then, therefore, I need to exercise path. Therefore, I need to purify all the departments in karma. So therefore, going to all transmission of Najanma mantra. Okay. So, in case who haven't heard the benefits before, the Namjalma mantra. So, as I mentioned before, that it is said in the text that if you have the Namjalma mantra in the house, all the people in the house get purified, they're blessed. All the karma get purified, and they also get blessed. If it's on the top of the mountain, the mantra, if this is on the top of the hill, then all these insects or the animals, people who go on the mountain, or the mountain, they all get their karmas get purified. Then if this is inside the banner, if you put it inside the banner, then the shadow of the banner, whomever it touches, anything whomever it touches, then the karma get purified. So therefore, by seeing those benefits, I got this idea that to have this mantra is possible in the car. Because so many insects get killed all the time, flies and the windows crushed, then crushed, and then also so many ants. There's so many ants on the road, so many the insects get killed. So they, by having as many as possible, we can put in this car. So that car become very blessed, and not only all the time the people who get in the car get purified and blessed, but especially all these insects, even though they die, but at least their karma get purified. There's a meaning. You see those who die on the windows and crushed by the cars on the road. So at least some benefit in purifying the karma just touching the car, you see. So like that, So so insects, not all people, but any insect that touch the car, flies, when they touch the car, they karma get purified because having this mantra inside. So that. So that's an idea. So you can use the mantra in other ways also, like that. How to benefit from something, how to liberate, means to how to liberate sentiments. So that, and it's very powerful. This recitation is very powerful. See, there's mantra for purifying the karma, and especially if some family member or somebody died, then to recite this is a very powerful thing to do. And also it's for long life, so that. Om Namo Bhagavate Savate Loja Pati Vishi Kataya Buddha Nama Tayato Om Brum 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 Shoda Shoda Bijite Bijite Samasamanda Bazaparana Gade Gagara Sombo Bijite Avekenza Dumam Savata Gata Sugata Parabasana Amida Abeke Mamudra Mendbati Ara Mama Yasam Drani Shoda Bijita Gagana Sombo Bijite Uchinika Bizia Parichude Sasarasmi Senzo de Swata Gatavalugani Kata Bara Meta Paripurani Swata Gatama de Dachim Badite Swata Gatashitaya Distana Distide Mutre Mamutre Bazakaya Satan Parishute Sawakama Varan Bijide Pardene Wataya Mama Bishide Swata Samaya Adistana Adishide Omuni Mamini Beamini Mam Beamini Madamada Mamade Sumade Abuda Budapashide Bibuda Buda Ashude Heyan Zaza Beza Maramara Parapara Praya Sapraya Savabuddha Adistana Adiside Shude Bude Beze Mahabenze Asu Benzer Bajara Garbe Jagarbe Bejagarbe Vajra Jola Garbe Vajra Bhave Vajra Sambhave Vajra Bajrani Bajram Bhavatu Mama Shariram Savasetu Ananza Sarvasatva Nancha Kaya Parishut Bhavandu Mesadas Vagate Parishuti Savadagatsa Mam Samasha Sayendu Bude Aside Bode Bibude Moza Bimiza Shoda Bijita Samanda Moza Samandar Parishut Savadagatashita Adisnadishite Mutre Mamudra Mantrapate Swaha Umbram Soha Omameda Date Swaha Omahungatam Anshi Raja Mam Sabasatum Savasatvam Cha Swaha I had one Namjalma mantra with the meanings many years ago written by Chambachuji and that have been carrying around for many years. But that was, I think recently I put in the, I don't know, I think it was in Hong Kong, but then I think I put it in the pocket in the airplane. I think, not sure, but I might have put it in the pocket in the airplane. So you see the back beside pocket. Quite a few times about putting in the pocket, and I forget later when you leave. You see, that happened quite a few times. That there's a pruva, very precious pruva, given by Geshe Sangye, who granted me all the initiation of the most secret Haikiwa and all the teachings for 2 months or something like that, or initiation given also Kapan and Dhamsara. So Geshe said that when he came first at Dhamsara, he has a pruva that he will give me in Tibet, when I come in Tibet. So then I so I requested in Tibet, so I got that which geshe I used, I don't know how long, the old one used one. So one time I was going to Dharamsala, Pathankot, from Delhi to Pathankot. So I put the pocket there, when you sleep, the upper bed, put the pocket. Then, when I arrived at Pathankot, forgot. Then I asked again, other one. I said I lost. So I have the second one. So I have the second one from Geshe Senke. Recently I got a very long one from Tibet. Rinpoche received. It's from the most famous Nyingma monastery, Mintoling. It was belonged to Rinchen Tatar Lingpa, one of the former very famous, one of the highly attention Nyingma Lama Rinchen Tatar Lingpa in the I think might be the meditation Pamasamba, probably, who find treasures. So it was belonged to him, this very worn out, it's an iron, it's called a sky iron, I don't know what's called in English, but very old, worn out. So it was kept in a box in this monastery. So the Chinese were, they came and they were looking more for the skulls, things with the bones. They were more kind of looking at that. They don't pay attention to the other things. So there was a very precious Hiruka statue, and this one. So somehow one Tibetan man got this and then offered to Rinpoche. So Rinpoche told him, the Hiruka, the Rinpoche gave, and then the Prupa, Rinpoche thought it's more suitable for me. Anyway, I'm not sure what my tradition is anyway. No idea what tradition is. Anyway, so Rinpoche gave me that more suitable for you. So so one time there was ex-Chinese nun from Taiwan. She had an unbelievable headache. So painful. So it came up useful to put on her head. So I put it on her head and recited Pema Small mantra. And then she's one mala. And she says she could complete better, but I didn't believe. I thought she made it up to please me. So later it was correct. So immediately the headache went away. So I think that's that's Namjalma mantra. So short one, Om Brum Swa, Om Mamedai Today Swa, that one. So by thinking the person who passed away, and then if you recite that, you see, then and then that's one of the benefits. The five powerful deities mantra that is used, that is chanted to bless sesame seed or water to sprinkle on the person or animal who died. You see, even the conscience all left, but that affects the conscience and to purify karma and to have good birth or to go to Pure Land. So it liberates. So it's one of the benefits that by thinking of that being who passed away, by thinking of that, then recite it, then it liberates from the logic. So it's a good birth. Yeah. Then, maybe the Metia Buddha mantra tomorrow. So. Also, the oral transmission of the King of the Prayer, that is very good to have, to receive that lineage blessing. The Bodhisattva's, the most extensive prayer. And then that along with that, some of the oral transmissions are those practice of purification. Some of the that we think that we need to for daily practice, 다게 진여 사변교환디 단단 다게 진여 사변교환디 단단 조와군 라칸변단 개발을 지소 로산 다바이 템베님 버린도 사지쇼 I was going to mention also this one, that the dedication at the end one is always bodhicitta, the immediate one. Then otherwise, many other Fatamadas, so that is one. Then long life, or as soon as the virtue, and then I say, so this is the general ones. Then the dedicating the merits, yours, all other sentient beings together to achieve enlightenment. but not only that, which makes inexhaustible. Never finish the result of how much you enjoy. Even after you achieve enlightenment, you still are using that result because you liberate numberless sentient beings continuously. So, until everyone is brought to enlightenment, until every sentient being is brought by you to in enlightenment, that's the ultimate. See. And yeah. So see. Okay, that's the ultimate, the result of the dedicating merits, to achieve enlightenment. Not only that, making the merit inexhaustible, but on top of that, seal with the emptiness, so that the heresy and anger rises later cannot destroy the merits. Otherwise, and later, if heresy, anger rises, unable to control the mind, unable to practice mindfulness, and because of that, then unable to control the mind and unable to apply the meditation practice, their teachings. So then, heresy and anger rises. Mind is unable to keep in devotion, so then heresy rises to the teachings of Buddha, to the Guru. So the merit get destroyed, and then also the rising anger. So the merit get destroyed. So therefore, very important. Not enough just dedicate to achieve enlightenment, but you need seal with emptiness. Look at everything's empty. While we're dedicating to achieve enlightenment, we have to look at everything in their natural emptiness. Or merely labeled, or however, same, come to the same conclusion. So in that way, then the merit cannot get destroyed by rising heresy, anger. So this dedication is extremely essential. You do very extensive practice and a lot of merit collected, but at the end, dedication is not well done. Dedication didn't remember the points, how to make the merits inexhaustible. It didn't. You see, maybe you had the knowledge, but maybe unable to remember to dedicate to achieve enlightenment at the end, which makes it inexhaustible. Inexhaustible. Then, and then, so must remember. As one has the understanding, must put in practice, dedicate this way, at the end of the practice, and seal with the emptiness, so that the heresy, anger cannot destroy the merits. This is extremely essential. Otherwise, we have no protection to our merits. So nothing to guard. So that's very essential part. Because you put so much, because one has put so much time and met special, and our lives so busy. and so many as an obligation or engagement, many things, so busy to find time to collect merit, to do practice is not something that that one can do something extensive a lot. It's not every day. It's not our everyday life. So we made particular time for practice in 1 year. But we took particular time to do the practice, and after all this practice, then if one is not careful, not wise in dedicating merits, you see, ultimate dedication most inexhaustible, and then to not and how to protect the merits. You see, must see, but say. As we recite the words, we must meditate along with that. Otherwise, just reciting the words does not become dedication. Just only doing the prayer, does not become dedication. Must think, must think along with that. Must meditate along with that. So, with prayer, even tape recorder can do prayer. Tape recorder can do prayer. Tape recorder can do prayers, and parrots or tape recorders can do prayers. They can do a lot of prayers. So, so you see, must think, must meditate along with that. You see, otherwise it doesn't become actual practice. So. And when we do this, as I lead, much slow and this piece to remind meditation, to think, and then so this, and after that, I say then the. The other very important prayer, dedication, the Lama Tsongkhapa, that one. The three times clear by others, may I able to offer extensive benefit to us in the meditation of the Lama Tsongkhapa by having the same quality within me as Lama Tsongkhapa has. That one I think. That one I think it's a very important dedication. So by reading Lama Tsongkhapa life story, how Lama Tsongkhapa benefited so much to sentient beings and teaching Buddha, Buddha's teaching made so clear to the Tantra. See, with all those difficult points that many great meditators make mistakes. You see, in Lama Tsongkhapa put special effort to clarify all this and made a very clear explanation. You see, many pages. So you see, so made so easy, saved. These clearest teachings on the most difficult point. Then so many practitioners, so many sentiments saved from wrong concepts. For in the extreme, you see, how he was saved and correct understanding and correct practice and correct realization, direct life towards the no obstacle to achieving enlightenment. So matter very easy. So therefore, to be able to benefit like that, I think it's very important. And then Jamal Bao, to be able to follow the recommendation, Buddha some of the Bādhā Muzukasha, that one, then the tea time Buddha said, Buddha Sabbath recommended. So then, then the very last one is the to Buddhist teaching, Pariyalamma teaching spread in this world and particular flourish forever by exercising with one's own heart, exercising completely the whole teaching in one's heart. One's own here I do like this one's family members and all the students and benefactors in this organization. This is how I do it by complete exercise in this lifetime. This last one is the spread Dharma in a short. So I think that's very important. Otherwise, sentient beings cannot have happiness. Happiness comes from teaching Buddha. So that temporary ultimate happiness of the sentient beings. So these are the general ones. You see, and then you see. From this one that one must from this then shortest way to do it first still do the bodhicitta, see then can do long life, that then you see Gavati, that one dedicated your marriage, others teaching enlightenment, by saying then Champalpao, then they can that one. They dedicated the marriage to be able to follow Buddhist, the Buddhist Sabanabada, and then three times the Buddhist Sabbath and same marriage. Then the Lama Tsongava, but general teaching Buddha, Paril Lama Tsongava to be spread. So the shortest one. So from those, you see, to make it even shorter, then must do it. So bodhicitta. So that becomes a practice. When we dedicate the merits to exercise bodhicitta, then that becomes a part of the practice. There are 5 power. The lifetime practice integrating into 5 power, you see, condensed into 5 power, and the practice, the very essential points. So it makes the life so most meaningful and no obstacle. So from the 5 first one, the power of the white seed. So you see, you collect merit. You collect merit in order to exercise bodhicitta. And you dedicate the merits to exercise bodhicitta. So here, if you dedicate the merits and its practice, it becomes the practice from the 5 power wise seed. So the lojong total transformation practice. Then the next one can be long life, and then Gyavati, then Champalpao, the Chi Java. So that shows. So there's a particular dedication. After each session, one particular dedication, different, So that is it. End of the Guru Puja, end of the Guru Yoga practice, then that one. See. So we can do it. And anyway, since I'm going to say that, we should think together. So it becomes dedication anyway. So save time. Due to all the past, present, future merits collected by me. Did all the past, present, future merits collected by 3 times merits collected by others. May myself and family members, all the student benefactors in this organization, and those who give up their life to the organization during service to sentient beings, Buddha, and all the rest of the sentient beings, may we able to meet only perfectly qualified Mahaguru in all the future lifetimes, or you see, in all the lifetimes. To be able to see only enlightened being from each sentient side, promotional side, and to be the only action most pleasing holy mind towards a friend from each sentient side, promotional side, and to be able to fulfill the holy wishes of the virtuous friend immediately by each sentient being and by oneself. To be able to like this from now on in all the future lifetimes. So this is particularly end of the Guru after the Guru Yoga practice. Then the next session, the particular dedication, that is, did all the 3 times merits collected by me? 3 times merits collected by others. Due to 3 times merits collected by me, 3 times merits collected by others. May any sentient being who see me, touch me, remember me, who think about me, talks about me, who praise me, criticize me, whatever connection they make to me, just about that, may they never ever get reborn. May the cause, we can say, them never ever to be reborn. May they never ever get reborn in the lower realms. So from that time, may they never ever get reborn in the lower realms. And immediately able to find faith in refuge karma, actualize bodhicitta, loving and compassion bodhicitta, and immediately get healed all their sicknesses, spirit harm, negative karma, all the defilements, by realizing whole path, meditating as good as possible. Then I added this. So, a person was dying when they hear when they see me, see the particular dedicated for that. Hear voice, or touch, or whatever. So you see, that person was dying immediately stop their fear and get incredible joy, in the heart, and able to be born in pure land of Buddha, where that person can become enlightened, so easily. So, particularly here, add this particular dedication to help the dying people, that you become so beneficial, and that you become so, that's it, beneficial to help the person dying. You see however, you see, other sentient being dedicated meditation, others seeing you, touching you, remembering, thinking about talks about your dreams of yours, even seeing your portraits, to become wishful feeling, even they criticize, they make fun of you, whatever, abuse, or I say beat, whatever they do, but to be able to beneficial back towards them, you see, so like that, become wishful feeling, become wishful feeling, you turn back wishful feeling, all the happiness. So that's the idea there. So next session, this one particular dedication. Then the next session, the particular dedication that is did all the 3 times it is collected by others. So we do together. So we get done. Did all the past business from now on, whatever action I do, eating, working, sitting, sleeping, doing jobs, so forth, whatever I do, all the activities, whatever I do, whatever life I experience, the happy, unhappy, healthy, unhealthy, means what is cancer, what is not cancer, or another sicknesses. So the main thing is here. The main thing is to be beneficial for others. So even if you have cancer, but if your life becomes very beneficial to others sentient being, your experience becomes so beneficial to others sentient being, you see that become cause that all sentient beings to achieve happiness, temporary ultimate happiness. Then that becomes that becomes so meaningful. Having cancer is the most meaningful. You see, it became path to achieve. It became path for you to achieve enlightenment, and it became path means to enlighten all sentient beings. By having cancer, you see, it became means to you to enlighten all sentient beings. It became cause of happiness of all sentient beings, and also each time when you think, I'm experiencing this cancer on behalf of all the sentient beings. You see, on behalf of all the sentient beings, all those number of sentient beings who are who has cancer and who has a potential, who has negative karma to experience cancer, and you see, all the sentient beings, I'm experiencing this on behalf of all the sentient beings. Each time when you dedicate yourself, when you give up yourself to experience sufferings of sentient being, cancer of sentient beings, suffering of sentient beings. Each time when you do that, you purify limitless. You purify unimaginable negative karma. So many lifetime years negative karma get purified. Each time when you think, I'm experiencing the cancer on behalf of all sentient beings. Each time when you think, oh, I have cancer, then immediately you think, I'm experiencing this on behalf of all sentient beings. Each time the thought comes. Otherwise the mind gets depressed. If you don't apply for Dharma, each time we have this problem, then if you don't apply for Dharma, immediately then your mind gets depressed, unhappy. So then, if the mind is unhappy, depressed, then I think even the cancer or whatever sickness might get worse. So it's important to keep even for AIDS, especially for AIDS, I think. I had the experience that if the person is able to keep the mind in a happy state, then before the person, cannot walk, is supported by people, you see. But the one that, by listening teachings on thought transformation, looking at it very positive, looking at it so lucky I have this AIDS, I'm so lucky because I can experience acceptance of all sentient beings, and put on this experience I can achieve. From that I can achieve enlightenment for sentient beings. Very quickly I can achieve enlightenment quickly for sentient beings. That to develop bodhicitta. So when you think all this, incredible purification, limitless scars humanity correctly. When you think all this, all this incredible advantage, that you get, 24 hours, so when the person hear all this, so how positive it is, how good it is, how great it is. Then a person, immediately before person was kind of, had to support by people, cannot live up. But then but then it's the person mind become happier, while hearing all these benefits, and then the person is able to raise the body without any support. Is able to. So there was one student in Australia. So after talking about how positive everything is, all these benefits, then he was able to. Then he raised his arms like this. Oh, look! Now I'm better. Before he was laying down like this. Then suddenly he was able to lift up. Then he got strength, and he was look! I'm better. So it's very much to do the state, very much to do with the state of mind. You see, to keep happy. This is not worldly happy. This is not worldly happy. This is a dharma happiness. This is not sensual happiness, pleasure. This is dharma happiness. So I think, the mind is happy and depressed, and then you see, then also physically deteriorated very quickly, and then life becomes shorter. Anyway, so what I'm saying. So each time when you think I'm experiencing this for benefit also, say I'm experiencing on behalf of all sentient beings. Think that this is cancer of all the sentient beings, that I have received in that parent's body. You see, suffering of all sentient beings. So, taking voluntarily, like I think, like those people. Some people try to go to Iraq, recently, being the human being, to being the human shelter. Human shells. Some people went there, but some people left before the war. They went there, but then gradually they left before the war. People actually left in the war. So anyway, so you become the voluntary. You become the voluntary, like Bodhisattva, to take all the sentient suffering, and you see really, taken in the heart, and you become really voluntary, like Bodhisattva. See, here's not one sentiment, numberless sentiment suffering. So it's something. So therefore, anyway, each time when you think that experiencing all the sentiments, experiencing on the behalf of all sentiments, or experience all, so each time when you think I'm experiencing suffering on the I'm experiencing this this suffering of all the sentient beings, or experiencing this on behalf, for all the sentient, but the benefit of all sentient, which means you take the suffering and let them have all the happiness up to enlightenment. So anyway, each time when you think that I'm experiencing this suffering on the behalf of all sentient beings, or I'm experiencing the suffering of all sentient beings, each time you collect limitless skies of merit. Each time you collect limitless skies of merit. Limitless skies of merit. Each time when you think that, so each time you become closer to enlightenment. Each time when you think that, you become closer to enlightenment. You see, and so many evils may come and get purified. So what else there is to enjoy more in your life? What else there is more to enjoy life? You see, what else there is more important to do in the life than this? So I like that. You see, even including relationship problems. So anything, so can you use like that? Especially the relationship problems, very difficult. So much pain in the heart. So very, very difficult to transform. Very difficult to apply dharma. Emotional problems, so difficult to apply dharma. So anyway, no choice. we don't want suffering, we must practice, must apply, use for bodhicitta practice. So, so anyway, yeah. Okay. Each time become closer. So, but you using for bodhicitta, you say, by experiencing the suffering on behalf of, for others, then each time when you think that, you become closer to enlightenment, closer and closer to enlightenment. So that's incredible benefit, advantage, benefit you're achieving, and then many years later karma get purified. That's incredible advantage, benefit. Then limitless gas of merit each time you collect. So that's unbelievable. See, limitless gas of merit, cause of happiness. Then each time your practice, experience suffering for others, become cause of happiness of all sentient. Because it becomes cause to achieve enlightenment for you. That means naturally it means cause of happiness of all sentient. See, this becomes means you to also liberate the numberless sentient beings from oceans of samsara suffering and bring them to enlightenment. Because this causes you to exercise bodhicitta. This causes you the whole path of enlightenment. See, so like that, and. So think, while one is AIDS, one is cancer, think that's exactly as you're in the retreat. In the retreat, you see, you are supposed to control the mind. Man practice in the retreat is to control the mind. Otherwise, how it becomes a retreat? If you live with the delusions, how it becomes a retreat, self-realization thought, all that, desire. So the retreat means keeping them, not allowing the mind to be controlled by delusion, keeping the mind virtue, keeping the mind dharma, the good devotion, the renunciation, bodhicitta, right view, like that, you see. So then that tantra. So that's what's called retreat. So here, by having these sicknesses, you see that then is in this way, with this practice, then you're in the retreat. How many years you get sick? If you are sick for 1 year, 1 year retreat, because all those every day, 1 year, you see. Because of the sicknesses, then because we're having sicknesses, then it makes you to practice bodhicitta, especially. Then also emptiness and renunciation. So that continuously it makes you to practice. So you see, this is think that I'm in the retreat. You see, So you see, like that you see. It means continual practice, living a continual practice. Because of the sicknesses, makes you to do so much practice, to collect so much merit and purify so much income, and then because of the sickness, these sicknesses, makes you generate compassion to others, makes you to feel how others people who have cancer, how they feel, how much they're suffering, or those who have AIDS, how much they're suffering. You have so much feeling to others. Those who have same problem, you see, they're numberless of them. So you see, that helps to develop compassion to others. You really feel, you really understand how they feel and need help. So you see, you really feel compassion, loving kindness others from the heart, because you know how it's the problem, how the sickness is. So take it as take the sickness as a jewel. So this way your sickness become wish-granting jewel. Because you see, it makes you develop bodhicitta, compassion, loving kindness to others, bodhicitta, and then it makes you collect merit, limitless gas of merit, you see, 24 hours, you see, so much merit each day, so much merit you're able to collect from that. You see, it makes you to from the sickness you get a scarce of merit, limitless scarce of merit from that sickness. So that's really brings you enlightenment. The sickness brings you enlightenment, so fast, and doesn't make you lazy. Doesn't make you to be lazy, So I think look at it positive. That while you have the sickness, while it's there, you see, we should run a jewel like that. You see, how fortunate I am. How fantastic this is. See like that. But you see, by thinking all these benefits that I explained, which is true, if you use for practice, so that, and then say, anyway, so this prayer, from now, whatever action I do, eating, walking, sitting, sleeping, doing jobs, then whatever life I say, happy, unhappy, healthy, unhealthy, so that means what one is. So the point of what I was saying is, the aim of what I'm saying here is, aim of the life is not to be healthy. Is not the main aim. Is not the main aim of life. To be healthy is not the main aim of life. Main aim of life. I already mentioned in the beginning what's the purpose of life. So main aim of the life is to benefit for others and beings. Life to be beneficial for others and beings. Whatever happens to you, to be beneficial for others, that's the main aim. Not to be healthy is not the main benefit. So that psychology, that philosophy, that attitude, you see, one has to generate. One has to understand this. In this dedication prayer, you see, what it's saying is this: main aim of life is not to be comfort, not that. You see, to be healthy is not that. You see, and only to praise, no criticism, not that. Only to good reputation, not that. So, main of life is whatever happens, happy, unhappy, healthy, unhealthy, gain, even you gain, even you loss, even you experience loss, even you experience gain, criticism, praise, bad reputation, good reputation, even living or in dying, even born in hell realm, even born in hell realm. So all this may it be most beneficial. May it be most beneficial to sentient beings. That which causes all sentient. What is that? May it be most beneficial, which causes all sentient beings to achieve enlightenment as quick as possible. You see, benefit, and shouldn't think only giving food, shelter, medicine, find friend, or see something. The only thinking temporary benefit, temporary happiness. So the main thing is enlightenment. See, to be most beneficial to sentient being, which causes all sentient beings to reach enlightenment as quick as possible. So that. So this, you see, the happiness in the life depends on attitude. Happiness depends on what kind of attitude you have of life. You see, every day, every moment, what kind of attitude you have. Depending on that, you have happiness or you have suffering, you have problems. So, as I started a few days ago. So, the one session, dedication, this. The third, then the fourth session, and end. Then, if there is fourth session, then anyway. So at the end, yes, I think one time I may have done that. So due to all the past, present, present, future merits collected by me, three times merits collected by others. Three times merits collected by others. Whichever universe, world, country, area, place, house, wherever I will be, wherever I am, just myself being there, all those sentient beings living in the universe, world, country, area, place, house, may they never ever get upon Lord realms. So to be able to benefit, to be able to cause all others in that way, may be able to, may they never ever, may all those sentient beings, may they never ever get upon Lord realms. Since from that time, since the time that I'm in that universe, world, country, area, place, house, you see, and then may they immediately find faith, refugee karma, natural bodhicitta, that everybody live their life only helping each other, no harm, you see, and and by that then all the wars stopped. No war, nobody experienced war, famine, disease, torture, poverty, sicknesses, that. So all the sickness, coma, somebody's in coma, or all the sickness, curable, uncurable, all completely healed. In that immediately healed. And then as the those who are possessed by spirits in the West, they don't. In the West, see, society doesn't have this education. So they say what are called schizophrenia or something called. However, so immediately free from possession of spirit. See, then I must be like that. Then people, then those who have depression, so much suffering, immediately their heart filled with bliss and most meaningful life. Then those with relationship problems immediately fill their heart with love and compassion and so much joy and peace and happiness. Then those who need to guru, find perfect guru, and who need teachings to receive unmistaken perfect teachings, and those who want to retreat to find all the conditions, all the conditions for to retreat and to receive all the realizations without an obstacle. So whatever. This is the basic idea, but one can add it in much more. So, I would do to exercise so that you see oneself become fulfilling to all sentients. Naturally they wish they each of all the happiness. And by its last part, it's happiness good power. So the last. So this special dedication that. To the fourth. So there's those dedications. the other additional dedications. And then even very short, those which I mentioned, is even very short. Then so one can those then these particular dedications and which is not all this to be read, all the and which session, not that. So there's one particular after each session. Then of course the last session can do more most of the dedication can do that. So that's then at the end, so king of the prayer to recite after the last session, the extensive dedication that they merits 3 times medicine, especially that day merits how much dedicated that very extensively for the sentient beings. Then should recite the mental prayers to multiply each merit to 100,000 times. I should recite that after. That multiplying the merit, that can be done. That can be done also end of each session. Multiplying the merits 100,000 times, and all the prayer that you do to be succeed. So that should be done, of course, to tell when you do retreat. That's at the end. At least the last session should be done. So. So we do that, due to all the past, present, future, merits, correct, others. May the Bodhicitta be generated with one's heart, one's family members, all the students, benefactors in this organization, those who give up their life to the organization, doing service and meditation, and all the sentiments without delay in second, and those who have generated. Bodhicitta, may the Bodhicitta be increased. Chanchu Sunjo Rinpoche Maji Wanam Jinuje Jeva Nyamba Mewa Yikwane Kondo Pekwara Karirawe Kuwe Singam dependent Dewa Malu Juwe Jere Sawang Tenzin Jazui Shabe Siti Patu Tenju Pandalame Kute Tamba Kanya Yola Deji Jungwa Dun Dashe Malu Sosa Deji de Sanje Dobra Jinji. Did all the past, present, future, merits, correct, by me, 3 times about this. Which exist, but do not exist from its own side. Total nonsense and empty. May the I who exist but do not exist from its own side, who is totally non-existent, empty. achieve Taras enlightenment, that which exists but doesn't exist from some side, that was totally empty. Lead all the sentient beings who exist but do not exist from their own side, who are totally empty. To that enlightenment, to that Taras enlightenment which exists but doesn't exist from its own side, that is totally empty. By myself alone, who exist but do not exist from its own side, who is totally empty. I dedicate all the merit to be able to follow the Buddhist Samanthabhata, Menzugo realizes I dedicate all merit to, in the same way as 3 times Buddha Savage dedicated merit. And all the 3 times merit correct by others, may the general teaching Buddha, particular Lama Sangha teaching be spread in all the directions, may it flourish forever in this world by a complete expansion of those heart and those family members, all the student benefactors, and those give up their life to honor service in all, in everyone's heart, complete expansion in this very lifetime. 제진 자부 장가의 저저 넘버라 패와던 계계 참아 시와던 dunje야말로 장와를 줘 나단 신제 도숨단 대외 손에 라데는 야와 로상 잡아 담바 유린 반조 좀 전에 대신 잡아도 정말 되지 못라도 merit every merit to increase 1,000 times 좀 전에 대신 잡아도 좀 소리게 recite together or immediately no 좀 전에 대신 잡아도 좀바 양다브란 소베 상게 남브란 남제 오제 잡아라 차서 창조 삼바 전부 공도 상보라 차서로 다야도 엄변제 되와 아와보데네서 엄만도른도른 자암게서 다야도 변제 되와 아와보데네서 엄만도른도른 자암게서 다야도 변제 되와 아와보데네서 엄도른도른 자암게서 다야도 변제 되와 아와보데네서 엄도른도른 자암게서 다야도 변제 되와 아와보데네서 엄도른도른 자암게서 다야도 변제 되와 아와보데네서 엄만도른도른 자암게서 다야도 변제 되와 아와보데네서 엄만도른도른 자암 now this is the Buddha's name. Last one is to actualize all our prayers, whatever prayer we did to get succeed. And also it has the same benefit to multiply each merit 100,000 times. Jumdende de Jin Shaban, da Jumba, Yang Daban, Zoe, Sanjay, Ngoa, Malan, and Jibi, Javala, Chazam. Jumdende de Jin Shaban, da Jumba, Yang Daban, Zoe, Sanjay, Ngoa, Malan, and Jibi, Javala, Chazalo, Jumdende de Jin Shaban, da Jumba, Yang Daban, Zoe, Sanjay, Ngoa, Malan, and Jibi, Javala, Chazalo. And these are the past American brothers. May the imminent blessings of the Buddha Bodhisattvas that and the unbetrayable dependent arising due to my special attitude, all my pure prayers be succeed immediately. But now when there's time, then recite the spreading at the end of the church, this spreading Dharma, that or the spreading Lama Tsongkhapa's teaching, which expresses the particular special qualities of Lama Tsongkhapa's teaching. So that when there's time, to also then they can see. That's what we did during the Bodhisattva. So at the end, so during different also bliss king prayers or blissful realm prayers. There's 8 prayers. So from the change also different. So I'm telling this so that you see, as an education in the organization, how to do the practice, how to do the retreat at the session. It's very rich, powerful, very meaningful. It's a perfect beginning, perfect middle, perfect at the end. Like that. So so good morning, good night. Okay.